It was late evening in the small town of Stocksbridge, Sheffield, here in England. On Tuesday the 8th of September 1987, two security guards that had been hired to patrol Stocksbridge bypass and, to keep an eye on the building site there, well, they were going to be having the most terrifying night of their life. Yeah. So, I'm Kingsley. You're watching Kingsley TV. Let's delve into the case of the haunted Stocksbridge bypass. The security guard, oh. Toby? Yeah, can you put the screen on? It's me dog, as you know, he does all the technical jargon. Yeah, it's the green button. Yeah. Ah, that's brilliant. Thank you, Toby. He's got his uses. Bloody dog. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. The security guard's boss, Peter Owens, received a very strange and panicked phone call from the security guards. That's strange, in fact. He decided that due to the oddness of the phone call, he would make his way to the Stocksbridge building site where the security guards were. So, when he arrived, he found the two large security guards in near hysteria. So he sat them down and got them to tell him how they had become so panicked, as it was really unlike them. Well, this is the horrifying story that Peter heard on that dark and cold night, and trust me, it's a strange story. It all started the previous evening when the two security guards were driving along 𝐊𝐢𝐧𝐠𝐬𝐥𝐞𝐲 Lane, which is located near the Stocksbridge steelworks. To their surprise, they could see what looked like children playing near the partially built bypass, right beside a huge electricity pylon. Where the children were, well, there were no houses in the area, and seeing that it was so late at night, and it was a dangerous place for children to be playing, they pulled the car over and watched the children play and skip around. But what stood out at the time to the guards was the unusual clothes they were wearing. After a while, they got out of their Land Rover and wandered down in the direction of where the children were seen playing. But when they got there, the children had disappeared. What was stranger, though, was not just that there were no children there, but there was no sign that anyone had been there at all. Not even footprints. They explained to their boss Peter that they were more confused than frightened at this point in time. It wasn't until the next morning when they were, talking to some of the builders and telling them what they'd saw on the previous evening. Now, these builders, they had to sleep on the building site in caravans. This is where it gets really strange, because they told the builders what they'd saw and what time it was when they saw the apparitions of these children. Now, the builders mentioned to them that at the exact same time that these security guards saw these children playing by this huge electricity pylon, they themselves could hear children laughing and talking as the builders were resting in their caravans. And the thing is, where these security guards saw these children, that was absolutely nowhere near to where the caravans were. So isn't it weird how they all had that experience right at the exact time? The story doesn't end there, however. No. You see, that very night, they had explained to their boss Peter that they had been driving up 𝐊𝐢𝐧𝐠𝐬𝐥𝐞𝐲 Lane as they usually would, making their way towards the building site. This was a separate time when they drove up there. But when they arrived at the actual site itself, they could see the large and rather ominous figure of a monk amongst the building materials. And as the Land Rover headlights settled on the apparition, it disappeared. The security guard's boss, Peter Owens, sat there listening to the two very frightened men. And trust me, they were shaken to the core. So he decided that the two security guards were being honest and truthful. So he jumped onto the phone, not literally, he'd break it. Anyway, he'd jump on to the phone to call the Deep Car police station, where he recalled the story he had just heard to a very amused PC Ellis, who suggested in a jokingly way that maybe they should, go and get a priest. However, it was PC Ellis that was next surprised when he got a phone call later that same day from a Stuart Brindley, a priest. He asked the shocked PC if he wouldn't mind sending someone to help him with two rather large and frightened security guards that were in his church. He explained that the guards were demanding he perform an exorcism of the building site. His greatest worry, however, was how upset the men were. So PC Ellis had no choice at this point other than to look into the bizarre story. So he and Special Constable John Beat started to investigate. So, it was on the 11th of September of 1987 that a very sceptical PC Ellis and Special Constable John Beat drove to the Stocksbridge building site. When they pulled the car up, they had discussed how the guards must have let their imagination run away with them. Yeah. But they also laughed because they thought it was one of the funniest police investigations that they've ever had to do. But even this was about to change for them. You see, as they sat there, looking at the bridge, something caught their eye. They saw something actually moving about on the bridge itself. So PC Ellis quickly got out of his car and ran over to where they had seen this thing moving about on the bridge. And oh my life, when he got there, what he saw was shocking. It was a piece of plastic tarpaulin blowing around in the wind. Yeah. Oh, how embarrassing. Anyway, PC Ellis, he made his way back to the car and they both laughed at what had just happened. However, Special Constable John Beat mentioned nervously that he had just had the oddest sensation that very moment as he was sitting in the car. It was as if someone had just walked over his grave. Yeah. As they were sitting there, PC Ellis, he felt really strange. He actually felt a presence at the side of him. So he turned his head all of a sudden to actually see the figure of a dark clothed torso that was stood very close right beside his car door. Yeah, so close that he could see a white V sewn into the cloth. But as soon as his eyes registered what he had just seen, the figure disappeared and was suddenly standing beside Special Constable John Beat's car door, before disappearing completely. When PC Ellis leapt out of the car, the two men walked all around the car, even looking underneath it. But they found nothing. They both got back into the police car, and PC Ellis turned the key in the ignition, but the car wouldn't start. He tried again, and got the same result. But thankfully, the third time he turned the key in the ignition, the engine started. Yeah. So, they decided at that very moment, being a bit shaken up what they'd just seen, that they was gonna, drive down to the construction area. Once they had pulled into the site, however, PC Ellis radioed back to the police station, deciding it was a good idea to let their whereabouts be known. The two men were then terrified by a huge, loud bang on the boot of the car, which they described later as sounding like the car had been hit by something wooden, like a baseball bat or an axe handle. Now frightened, Special Constable John Beat, he actually sat still in the car, while PC Ellis opened the car door and looked nervously around, but could see nothing. He jumped back into the car, and that's when the car was hit again with another loud bang. The noise echoed through the car, and I tell you this now, the car started to rock up and down, and backwards and forwards and side to side again. Yeah. I mean, what the heck was going on? So PC Ellis desperately fumbled to turn the car engine back on, and as soon as it sprang into life, he slammed his foot down on the accelerator, and they raced right back to the police station. When they arrived back at the police station, they told their bewildered fellow officers what they had encountered at the Stocksbridge building site. Yeah. And they took down a statement of both officers. Yeah. And this is what was written, even though it reads a bit, I don't know, gobbledygook, weird. Anyway, I'll read it to you. It reads, and I quote, "It was not that which one has when you are about to encounter danger, but worse, it was the kind where you absolutely no control over. A feeling of dread. It was not that which one has when you are about to encounter danger, but worse, it was the kind where you have absolutely no control over. A feeling of dread." Ah, right, yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, end quote. Yeah, so imagine that. Other than this terrifying experience, other apparitions as well have been seen at the Stocksbridge bypass and where the building site was. Because obviously the Stocksbridge bypass was completed years ago. And some of these apparitions that have been seen are apparitions including little girls that also dance around. Yeah. And get this, they also dance around large electricity pylons. What's the fascination with these bloody electricity pylons? Maybe they get energy from them. I don't know. But apparently they would dance around the electricity pylons singing Ring a Ring a Roses. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, the monk has been seen wandering over and under the bridge. Yeah. Sometimes chillingly inside cars as well that go along the bypass. Imagine that. See on the screen there, that monk. Look, see? Imagine seeing that figure sitting in the back of your car. Oh. Yeah. But you see, people have also seen a ghost of a monk walking along the road. And get this, from his waist upwards was sticking out of the road. You couldn't see his legs from the waist down. And that's probably because hundreds and hundreds of years ago there was a monastery in that area. And I suppose monks would take a walk along that route. But back then the ground would have been lower. But now it would have been, you know, higher due to the bypass and the road being raised. Yeah. Very strange. And sometimes people have said, when driving along the bypass, when they see the monk in the back of their car, they get a strong smell of urine, you know, dried wee. Yeah. Yeah, yucky. So, it's a strange thing. But also, a large black ghostly dog has also been seen down the path beside the main road and sometimes darting across the fields. So imagine that. I mean, you can see the pictures I put up on the video display there for you. There's a pylon there. I'm not sure if that's actually one of the pylons that the children would play around. There's many in the area that go along there. But I also know a man, see, Britain's most haunted road, Stocksbridge, Sheffield, UK. Yeah, you just seen the picture come up then. Apparently, you can go to Amazon and watch this. Yeah, I ain't seen it. I've seen the trailer and it does look very good. It's not a movie, it's a documentary. And this man actually goes there overnight. Yeah. I mean, you might even be able to find it here on YouTube. Yeah. But I've got a little treat. I thought, I'm gonna try something here. We're gonna Google Earth Stocksbridge bypass right now. Never used it on my stream before, but there's always a first time. So, oh, hang on, wait there. Let that man's video thing up. Look on the video. There's that black ghostly dog. It's not a real dog there. It's what someone made. There's a monk. There's part of the Stocksbridge bypass with a round orb. Ooh. It's gonna come up in a minute. I think it's after this one. Or after this picture. The security guard shining. Yep. There's actually a story of that as well. Yeah. The security guard. Oh, there it is. Britain's most haunted road, Stocksbridge bypass, Sheffield, UK. Now, another incident as well is a security guard had seen a black figure standing on the bridge. Yeah. And as you can see in the image there, he shone his torch directly onto the apparition of a ghostly monk. Is this the same monk that's been seen walking along the road? I don't know. Is it the one that gets in the back of your car that smells of piss? I don't know. Pretty sure he's weird. But anyway, let's get and have a look at this Stocksbridge bypass on Google Earth, so you can see for yourself this very haunted road. Are you ready, Toby? excuse me a minute. Okay, we're about to take you to the Google Earth screen now. Are you ready, Toby? Yeah? If you could just take us there then. There we go. So this is Stocksbridge. I'm gonna turn around. Oh, there it is. There it is. Look. Spooky. Yeah, see? So, we're gonna go towards... This is the bridge. The pylon. One of them. That might actually be the pylon because it's... They did say, isn't it, that it's close to where the bridge was. So that could be one of the... Or the electricity pylon where the ghosts, the children were seen dancing around. This is the Stocksbridge bypass. This was taken in 2022. So, and Sheffield's actually basically a part of Yorkshire. And Yorkshire is beautiful. I mean, pure nice countryside. Ah, that peaceful and quiet that you could hear a moth fart about 500 yards away. You know, it's that quiet and peaceful. Not saying you can actually literally hear a moth fart 500 yards. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so, can we get up on there? Ah, yes. Here we go. So, that'll be... That has to be the pylon where they're seeing the kids dancing around. Has to be. It may be one further down or... But yeah, you can see right there. Ooh. And you can see it's a nice countryside around here. But yeah, 𝐊𝐢𝐧𝐠𝐬𝐥𝐞𝐲 Lane as well, so... They drove down there. There's the... We go along here. Oh, we fell through the bloody bypass, look. Hang on, wait there. I want to go back up there. Bloody hell. Hang on, wait there. Clicked up here before, didn't I? Ah, there we go. Yeah. So we won't go down this way then, because it looks like it takes us, you know, back onto the road. But yeah, I don't know where the monastery would have been hundreds of years ago. Very odd. I mean, we can go up here. We get a bit closer to that pylon. No, we can't. Stay up. Land Rover Specialists, Doug Dransfield. Oh, there's a free plug there for you, Doug, whoever you are. Yep. This is where, you know, I'd like to live one day. Just beautiful. So, is that like a shed? Yeah, no ghosts here to see. But you can see how spooky this place will be at night. And, just imagine you're driving down this road and you see kids dancing around there, apparitions of children. I hope they're resting in peace, by the way. But yeah. There you go. Look at that. Ugh. Wonder why they would be playing by a pylon. I mean, obviously, these children with the way they were dressed, it would have been, a few hundred years ago when I suppose they were physically alive. So pylons like that wouldn't have, existed back then. Yeah. Very weird. But yeah, this is the Stocksbridge bypass. I'll try and click on it again. Look, now we've gone through the bloody bridge again. Yeah, but you drive along the main road, and this is the actual road where people have had the ghost of a monk appearing in the back of the car. And I do know this as well. It's actually right here is where the ghost of the monk was seen. You know, half of its body sticking out of the road. It was... But yeah, it was along here. So, whew. Yeah, that'll be an experience to go there at night, which I might do. Me and Toby might go there. Yeah, do a ghost hunt. Perhaps in Halloween or something like that. But yeah. Let me just come off this. Toby, can you put me back on? Ah, hello! Yeah, so, that's the Stocksbridge bypass, and I mean there's been tons and tons of paranormal experiences there over the years, even recent ones, and get this as well, there has been quite a lot of car crashes and fatalities on this very road as well. Some think they like a ghost, probably the ghost of the monk or the dog caused an accident. I don't know, but some do think that some of the accidents and fatalities are paranormal related. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff. This road is a very dark and mysterious road, as well as, one of the most haunted roads as well. Not just in the UK, but also, I've read, in the world, one of the most haunted roads in the world. Yeah, it doesn't look like much, does it? Or it is. So thank you very much for watching, and did you hear that? Toby, was that you? No, I've got my earpiece in, you see, so I can hear him, but you sure? What if that monk's come to haunt me? Can't see anything. That was odd. Anyway, I'm gonna get going. I've got my cup of cocoa here. Nice and hot. Yeah. Stays hot for a long time, doesn't it? And, bit of a better setup as well. Yeah, than the recent video, where I says, check out my new crib. Yeah, I've actually made this slight change since then. Okay, so anyway, oh yeah, this was episode 9 of Kingsley TV of season 1. So we got the finale episode 10. Yeah, and that's going to be about the Titanic. So, yeah, that'll be the end of season 10. We've already got a lot of episodes ready for season 2 of Kingsley TV. So I'm gonna get going then, okay? Have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. The time here in England is 10:15 p.m. Yep. On the 12th of April 2024. Right then. Gonna get going and I'm gonna press the button because I've got like a little hatch bead that takes me down onto the lower level from this very desk. Pretty cool, eh? Yeah. Right then. I'm gonna get going. Thank you again for watching. I love you, all of you, and so does Toby. And you know, thanks for watching. It's great to have you all here. Oh, don't forget to like, share and subscribe as well. I've got 79 subscribers. Can you make it the 80th subscriber? Yeah, we're going big. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Again. Right then. Bye for now. And ta-ta. Right, down. Move the chair down. See, it's voice commanded. Down. Down. Oh, there's a bump then as well. Down. Oh, there we go. Bye. Oh, food. Supper time. Oh. It's better. That food tastes like shit. Have a stretch. Right. Oh, Kingsley. Kingsley, you've left your cup of cocoa up here. Oh, I don't know. Better go and tell him. Kingsley! Yoo-hoo!